Dogs and their spiritual sensitivity. They feel what you can't see. Imagine this scene. You're home alone, and your dog, who is calm until now, suddenly starts growling at a corner of the room. His fur stands on end, his eyes widen, and he follows something with his gaze, but you see nothing there. Now tell me, has this ever happened to you? If so, know that it wasn't just a coincidence. Dogs have an extremely sharp spiritual sensitivity. They not only perceive what is around us in the physical plane, but also pick up on vibrations and energies that completely escape our human perception.
But why?
What makes them so special? Canine senses, a gateway to the invisible. Science has already proven that dogs have senses far more developed than ours. Their sense of smell, for example, is up to 100,000 times more powerful than that of a human. But what few people know is that this ability goes far beyond the physical world. Dogs can smell emotions. They sense fear, sadness, and anger not just through the physical signals we give, but because they can pick up on the energetic frequencies of these emotions. And when it comes to spirits, the same principle applies. A spiritual presence, whether good or bad, has a unique vibration. A high-vibration spirit transmits calmness, love, and harmony. Meanwhile, dense energy can bring discomfort, restlessness, and even fear. Your dog notices this immediately and reacts accordingly. Do they see what we can't? Throughout history, there have been many reports of dogs staring at fixed points, following something invisible with their eyes, and even playing alone as if interacting with someone. And what if I told you they might actually be? In spiritualism, it is believed that dogs can see the astral world, meaning they are capable of seeing spirits of the deceased who still roam among us. In some cultures, they are considered true spiritual sentinels, protecting their families from negative presences. Have you ever wondered why, in many spiritual traditions, dogs are used as guardians? In Egypt, the god Anubis, the guide of souls, was represented with the head of a jackal. In Greek mythology, Cerberus guarded the gates of the underworld. Coincidence? Maybe not. Signs that your dog is perceiving a spiritual presence. Now, for the most intriguing part, how can you tell if your dog is sensing something from the other side? Here are some common signs. Staring intently at a specific point for no apparent reason. Growling, barking, or showing alert signs at nothing. Hiding or suddenly showing fear in certain places. Acting excited or as if playing with someone invisible. Feeling discomfort in certain rooms of the house without explanation. If you've noticed something like this in your dog, maybe he's trying to warn you about something you can't see, but is there. Your dog is protecting you. More than just perceiving spiritual presences, dogs play the role of energetic protectors. Many believe that they absorb negative energies, preventing their owners from suffering spiritual or emotional attacks. If your dog seems restless, he might be trying to warn you about something. And if he's always close, protecting you, maybe it's because he has a greater mission in your life than just being your best friend. Now tell me, have you ever had an experience like this with your dog? Has he ever reacted to something invisible? Write it down in the comments. Can dogs see spirits? The truth few know. You're sitting on the couch, scrolling through your phone, when suddenly your dog gets up. He stares at a corner of the room as if he's seen something. His fur stands on end. He growls softly, and you see nothing. Chilling, right? But what if I told you that dogs see far beyond what our eyes can perceive? Do dogs really see spirits? Or is this all just a coincidence? Get ready, because what you're about to discover might completely change the way you see your loyal four-legged friend. What do dogs really see? A dog's eyes are very different from ours. They see better in the dark, detect tiny movements, and pick up light frequencies beyond what the human eye can register. But that's not all. Many researchers believe that dogs can detect electromagnetic fields, something directly related to the presence of spirits and energies from beyond. Have you ever noticed that when a strong spiritual presence is in a room, the atmosphere seems to change? The temperature drops, and a shiver runs down your spine. Well, your dog senses this long before you do. And here he acts. Reports of dogs seeing spirits. People worldwide have witnessed strange reactions from their dogs in what seem to be empty spaces. A woman reported that her dog started howling every night at 3 a.m., always looking at the same spot in the bedroom. Days later, she discovered that an elderly woman had once lived and passed away alone in that very room. Another famous case occurred in a hospital where a therapy dog started following an invisible someone to a specific bed. Minutes later, a patient passed away. There are also reports of dogs that seem to play alone, wag their tails, and bark happily as if they're seeing a beloved person who has already passed on. Coincidence? Or proof that our four-legged friends can see beyond the veil? What does spirituality say about this? Different spiritual traditions speak about dogs' ability to perceive the invisible world. In spiritualism, it is believed that dogs can sense and even see spirits. They react differently depending on the entity's energy. If it's good, they remain calm. If it's negative, they may bark or show fear. In shamanic cultures, dogs are considered spiritual guardians, capable of driving away evil entities and protecting their owners from spiritual attacks. In ancient Egypt, Anubis, the jackal-headed god, was responsible for guiding souls to the afterlife, reinforcing the idea that dogs have always been connected to the spiritual realm. In Christianity, there are accounts of saints and monks who had dogs as companions, believing they protected against evil influences. If so many traditions affirm that dogs have this spiritual connection, can we really ignore the signs they give us? How to know if your dog is seeing a spirit? If your dog is perceiving something you can't see, he may show it in several ways. Staring at a specific point for no apparent reason. Growling or barking at nothing. Showing sudden fear or discomfort in a specific place. Avoiding certain rooms without explanation. Playing alone as if interacting with someone invisible. Following something with his eyes when nothing is there. If your dog has ever done this, maybe he's seeing something beyond our physical world. Your dog is more than a pet, he's a protector. Whether you believe in spirits or not, one thing is certain. Dogs sense what we don't. They perceive energies, protect their owners, and often take on the role of true guardian angels. So, the next time your dog acts strangely, don't ignore it. Maybe he's trying to tell you something very important. And you? Have you ever experienced something like this with your dog? Share your story in the comments.